Hi, I'm Mario, and this is my Chevy Colorado WT. You might have seen a couple other videos I've done on this truck of me working on the truck. And so today's video, what I want to do is provide an overview of what I've done thus far on this truck. I like to believe that I'm building an Overland Chevy Colorado here. So if this is an Overland vehicle, then I'll be happy. I'm curious what your opinion is on that idea, but at any rate, so far it's been serving its purpose. And yeah, as I mentioned, I want to provide an overview of everything that I've done thus far, and so let me provide a list for you guys of what I've done and what I want to try to include in this video. So just kind of a quick overview. And so yes, I have a front bumper with a worn winch. I do have larger tires. These are 33-inch Toyo MT open country. I do have ditch brackets here, and so what I'm doing is I'm testing out various antennas for communications and satellite radio, so I can hear Sirius XM, so on and so forth. I do have an active bed rack system with the rooftop tent. Got storage compartment, recoiling cover for the bed. I have a spray-in bed liner. I have utility lighting. I also have a chase light, amber light in the back. This rack does come complete with clearance lights, amber and red. And then continuing with the theme of lighting, so I don't have a full light bar up front, but I do have some Baja Squadrons, and then the smaller Baja lights here are in amber. And so I have done some work. I have a 3-inch lift on the front, and then about a 2.5-inch lift on the rear. With the rear, what I did was just did some leaf springs. So I added some custom-made leaf springs, 2 on each side. So as I mentioned, yeah, these are the lights. So I have this one here is amber. I have some tools mounted on the side here. I have a shovel and an axe, using some K9 mounts. And then there's a tray right here. I have 4 Max Trax traction pads, and then I have 2 on each side Rotopax fuel tanks. So those are the newer 2-gallon Rotopax fuel tanks, total of 4. So the utility shelf up front, the utility box on the driver's side, this recoiling bed cover here, these all aluminum, as well as this aluminum active rack system here. Got the RoofNest rooftop tent. And so yeah, I like the recoiling cover is great. And so there is definitely room inside this bed to store some things, and I definitely utilize that. But yeah, I love the recoiling aluminum cover. It's not perfectly weather tight, but it does the job. I'm very happy with it. Another thing worth noting is that I did upgrade to 33-inch tires. So these are the Toyo MTs open country. And then so they say MT stands for not mud terrain, but maximum traction. I don't know, I like the tires thus far. Haven't really put them to the test out in the dirt or the mud or the gravel, but at any rate, so far so good. But the reason why I'm back here is that I do have a Toyo MT, the 285/55 on a 16-inch rim. So that's 285/55 16, and that's mounted right here underneath. In place of the passenger seat, I have a lithium battery bank and a 12-volt refrigerator here. So this is a Joy Tutus refrigerator. It's a smaller one. I have this kneeling pad here that I purchased at Lowe's, and I just place it on top here to act as extra insulation for the lid. But I love this refrigerator, so glad I have it. As I mentioned, I have the lithium battery bank here, and I'm using a Renogy DC to DC charger. So this is the 50 amp version DC to DC charger that also has capability for to input a solar array. So I can connect a solar array and also have the alternator charging the battery bank simultaneously. I did purchase this this Bluetooth monitoring system, but I don't really use it. I have some a Blue Seas power outlets here. So these are my 12 volt USB and 12 volt cigar lighter adapter. This whole thing's rated for about 30 amps. Turn the switch on, and then also got a little a voltmeter right there. The batteries are actually inside, and then to the back here, this is where I have my 2000 watt inverter, power inverter mounted there. Yeah, and then so coming around to the driver's side, I have this seat cushion here that I purchased from Walmart. I think that was $5. So, but yeah, the reason why I'm inside on the driver's side here is so I can show you guys. I do have some space in this area next to my console to mount using the RAM mounts. I have different RAM mounts mounted here and back here. So I have the Garmin RV 890 navigation unit. So no, this is not the Overland version, but it seems to be doing the job thus far. And at any rate, I also have my Sirius XM radio head here. So I have the WT, so it doesn't come with Sirius radio, but at any rate, I can move this back and forth between my RV and the pickup truck, one unit. It's been working so far. Additionally, I have my PepWave modem, my cellular modem, so I can get internet access via the cell towers. An extra towel here, a safety vest, beanie in case I'm hiking where people like to hunt or something. So additionally, I have these upfitter switches that I installed here. Can't remember the name. The manufacturer of this is out of Colorado for some reason. I think it's S-Tech. I forgot the name, but I'll put the name up. So at any rate, these switches here, I have them wired for various lights, including the fog lights up front and my utility lights out back. Let's go around. I can go around in back here and I can show you where that's wired. So this is the battery box for my lithium battery bank. And then so yeah, this is the relay block for the S-Tech upfitter switches, and that's kind of why I chose this one versus some of the other solid state ones. I like this approach. It just has relays in here, relays, fuses, and then so yeah, so these are all the grounds for the upfitter switches here on this bus bar, and the positive fuses are inside here with the relays. And then over here, this is my Harbor Freight 2000 watt modified sine wave power inverter. And then so up here in the passenger footwell, I have a large bottle jack. I have the stock bottle jack that came with the truck, along with the tire irons, an inexpensive fire extinguisher, a first aid kit, and then also I have the Warn controller for the winch. And then yeah, back to the front of the truck, I have the Warn winch. I opted for the Warn 10S, and it's not the platinum, but it has the synthetic line. So I just stuck with the Warn fair lead, but I did opt for the Factor 55, the Ultra hook, and so that has all the different nice little safety features. And then so yes, I went ahead and I have skid plates front to rear, including fuel tank, rear diff, shock guards. I got the Rago shock guards in the back. I think it's Rago, maybe it's Rago. And then so this forward one is not an aftermarket one. This is actually a GM part number, just the aluminum one up front here. All right, I think that covers all of the modifications that I've done so far to this truck. It's an extensive list. As I was going through all the items, I was like, man, there's a lot here. So I didn't go into detail on any one specific item too much. For instance, I did have to modify the fender wells, and you know, so there's still some items that I didn't really cover. But yeah, at any rate, I have a slightly lifted Colorado WT on 33-inch tires with a rooftop tent and a winch up front. Pretty cool stuff. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. And, you know, there'll be more episodes coming. I really appreciate it. Take care.